It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He rises when it matters most as he comes in third in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Dolphins and the Falcons, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. Along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Orchestrating the offense will be their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native, Oregon Duck product. Of course, that's Marcus Mariota.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They begin the drive with Williams. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And tackled down after a gain of 3, leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Holding offense. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Still third down. Let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Nifty move. And another juke. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss, and despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense for the Falcons, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, man. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's if they clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows, you might get on one of those magical runs.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Mariota. That's into the hands of Edwards. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, Dom Maggio out to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
2 now on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And here now come the Falcons. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Mariota to throw it. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight-line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
First down carry, it's Williams. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Falcons at 11-5 on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On the counter, here's Williams. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A give to Williams, running right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
To throw is Mariota. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Marcus Mariota, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top row. I like it. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Miami set to take over. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a run early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Tua. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. The old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing that. Bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard there was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a juicy. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. It's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
Trying to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. From the 27, Tua over the middle, complete. It's Hill, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Dave's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give to Madison. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 22, Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. From the left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Tua sets up to pass it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. And he'll just get rid of it. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Needing the top yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Madison is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
2 and now, 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have regained the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 17-14. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Taken at the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use for Mark. We're playing our best football right now. It is showing. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After the turnover, it's Tua. This goes out wide from Madison. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. That would have been a big play. And he could not pull it in. Tua going to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On the ready. Check pitch.
Draw play, Madison. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Tua looking left side and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Touchdown. Mike Gesicki as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And you can see they are out in front in that one. The Giants locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. DJ Moore. A touchdown reception. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. They complete it to Hill. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. Tua now on 1st down. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it, and the Falcons grab it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That's a chance to tighten up considerably.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Patterson to start the drive. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 68 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
What were they thinking on defense there? They were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They go with the option on 4th down, left side. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a 1st down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. They'll give it to Patterson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Third and goal. Mariota feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Koo knocks this one through the post. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. From the 29, Tua. Caught. It's Wilson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Tua now on first down. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
On second down, this is Madison. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. So it's third and long, and defensively, not a real surprise there in the dive. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. The do-it-all weapon, Cordero Patterson, coming back out. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play call.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. To throw is Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a first and 10. They fake the handoff, now Tua. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. They'll get 34 yards there. Play action. Now it's Tua. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers. But only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Madison. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. On the handoff, it's Madison. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to pass. Tua. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need... out of this drive relatively quickly. They begin the drive with Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 88 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. A Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota got his man complete over the middle. It's Patterson. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Whatever drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Mariota. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Bryan Edwards. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Coup for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Falcon defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
Well, it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Madison running left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
To his throw here, going to be caught by Wilson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Gets this one to Hill. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Falcons back out getting set for this next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Mariota on 1st down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Mariota. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now Mariota. He finds his man complete. That's Patterson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. To throw, Mariota. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. Mariota letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
Now for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 4, 33 seconds to go. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Flushed out right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. That one goes incomplete.
Tua to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, I feel.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Here, the defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Falcons, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it's been a sinking ship all season, to be frank, as they finally draw the curtain on what will be a 2-15 year. And you have to figure that this is a team that will look a whole lot different come training camp next July.